That day when he gets home, I ask him about his day, like normal, and he looked at me and he said, "Mama, I just cannot breathe in my mask." Wednesday morning, I took Travis to school this morning, and he jumps up and he grabs the mask and he puts it on real quick. And I said, "Travis, you don't have to wear that mask. I've got you a note." He said, "Nope, I'm wearing it." I said, "You don't have to wear the mask." He said, "I have to wear the mask or I'm going to be by myself all day." And he got real choked up and he started to cry. We went back to school willing to comply and willing to abide by the rules. My children made a decision to wear the mask. They were willing and ready to go back. I agreed, despite my dislike. Okay, we'll do it. It was time for them to go back. I didn't regret it. And we didn't have any problems. And all it took was Travis getting asthma. I'm here to share with you something that recently happened within our school district, the Gibson County Special School District. March 15th was the first day of the final quarter of the 2021 school year. After much discussion and thought, the children and I agreed that it would be a good time for them to start back. Travis, for the most part, you cannot tell, has asthma. We're in a rural area, so in the fall, he gets flared up with the defoliant and the dust and all of the harvest that goes around at our school, at our house, anywhere. He gets flared up. Always calms down. It'll get really ugly for a little bit. And in the spring, he'll get flared up again because of the pollen, because of the grass. All of that triggers his asthma. The weekend of Easter, Travis started running a fever and started complaining of a sore throat. Monday, April 5th, I took him to the doctor and he was diagnosed with a sinus infection and allergies and was told that he could return to school that Thursday. So in the middle of that week, his sinus and all that dried up, and the barking and the dry and the chesty asthma started coming out. At that time, I expressed my concern. How is my 9-year-old supposed to cough and get phlegm up if he is restricted in his airway? The physician at the time agreed and decided that it would be in his best interest to keep him out for the whole week. And I was happy about that, relieved that we weren't going to have to do anything serious, that he would have time to heal. That following Monday, he went to school, and I worried about him all day. And I sent his teacher an email that morning just to check on him, let her know, express my concern, and ask how he was doing. She told me that he had traded in his cloth mask for a paper mask because he felt like he might be able to breathe better. For the most part, everything was fine. That day when he gets home, I asked him about his day, like normal, and he looked at me and he said, "Mama, I just cannot breathe in my mask." So I jump on the phone and call his physician and explain myself to her. And at that time, she informs me that other schools in our area are accepting handwritten notes from the parents stating the reason why their child needs to be exempt from wearing a mask. And so I did. Tuesday morning, I sent him with a paper note up there, and as he approached the front doors to go into his school, he was stopped, he was asked, he was told to go to the office. After they cleared up that for there, because there's really not much you can do with him, They let him go to the cafeteria and get his lunch, and he went in the gym and he ate with everybody, unmasked. He went into class, and it wasn't very long before the teacher told him that he was going to have to stay 6 to 8 feet away from everybody, that he couldn't be in his group, he could not get on the computer, and he was put at the back of the class. He comes home, and I just took it as he had a long day. He was tired. He was grumpy. No big deal. He didn't point anything out, but I could tell something was on his mind. Tuesday morning, upon taking the note to his class, or to the office, and then going to class, his teacher emailed me and told me, which I didn't see the email at the time because I was at work, I do not want to step on any toes, but your son could feel isolated for not wearing a mask. He has to stay 6 to 8 feet away from everybody else. He can't be in groups. He can't be in centers. And that could be really isolating to not have a mask on. And all I could think was, not having a mask on that's not going to cause him to feel isolated. Taking him out of his group, putting him at the back of the class, making him feel like he's got spots all over him and he's contagious, that's what's going to make a 9-year-old feel isolated. It has nothing to do with not wearing a mask. It's the reaction to him not wearing a mask. Wednesday morning, I took Travis to school this morning, and he jumps up and he grabs a mask and he puts it on real quick. And I said, Travis, you don't have to wear that mask. I've got you a note. He said, nope, I'm wearing it. I said, you don't have to wear the mask. He said, I have to wear the mask or I'm going to be by myself all day. And he got real choked up and he started to cry, and I left it alone. And so I let him go in Wednesday with a mask on. He chose to do that just so he wouldn't be left out. And it is absolutely ridiculous that he has to make that decision. Today he comes home and I say, how'd you do? How was it? I coughed a lot. Well, did you wear your mask all day? Yep. And the sad part about it was that he seemed to have a really good day because he wasn't being hounded or isolated or made to feel any different. It should not be about that. And I don't really feel like it's necessarily the teachers, because they're just doing what they're told to do. But you have to kind of wonder, if it was their child, what would you do? What would you do if it was your child? He brought me a situation and he's asking for help, and it's been put in my lap and I can't walk away from it. Where do we go from here? So why is my asthmatic child being discriminated against for something that he cannot help, for something he does not wish to have? How are y'all going to treat a child that way?